right, everybody, welcome back to Bumbershoot, where we're covering life's chaos with humor and heart. And I am back in Cali. Hope you enjoyed visiting with me and Gina, or Gina and I.
Yes.
Proper English.
From Georgia.
Gina from Georgia. And Rhonda's here.
Yay, hi.
Tracy is not here. Bum, bum,
We miss you, Trace.
Tracy has a headache today. That's all I'm going to say. She had fun with her friends last night.
A little too much.
It's okay. We are happy for you, Tracy.
Yes.
And she's moving her son to Colorado, leaving this weekend.
Sunday, yes.
Yeah, so he's
exciting
moving,
for the Sins family.
right? He's going to college in
Colorado.
Grand Junction.
Yes.
I forget the name of the school, but it's Grand Junction.
Yep.
He's going to play football.
I'm so excited for
I
Jay.
know. He works really hard.
He so
really,
deserves this opportunity, and I'm just so happy for him.
I know, 100%.
Can't wait to go watch him.
Yep, we're going to do that.
Heck yeah,
road trip. Anyways, we are excited because we have a special guest today.
Yes, we do.
And I just got done telling her how much I like her. It was kind of weird for a second, but no, I'm just kidding. No, but I was saying how, you like people, and then you really like people, like where you appreciate them on a deeper level, like
right.
where they're really honest and authentic and real. And so that's what I love about Mrs. Brandie Newman. Hi, welcome.
I'm so excited to be here today, and I like you too.
Oh, this is amazing. We like each other.
The conversation was a little weird.
I know, sorry.
You were a little creepy.
I'm sorry.
Really
I know.
you.
I got a little weird.
Do I need to run?
She's like, Ken, come back and pick me up.
But I like you too.
Oh, thank you, Brandie.
She keeps it real.
Yes, for sure. Well, and I was explaining how, like, you like people, then you appreciate them, and
Right.
and it's not that I don't appreciate everybody, but when I met Brandie, she will, and she's going to take us through her little journey, but she owns the Stampede in town here, which is a big country western bar, probably the biggest in SoCal, isn't it?
Yes.
Or close to, if
Yes.
not. And then she also owns Old Town Ranch, which she'll tell you more about, and we'll talk more about in a little bit. Not that changes anybody, and especially in Temecula. I think we're a really humble town anyways, but I just didn't know you. And so I just saw you. And sometimes when you just see people and you don't meet them, you don't know what to expect.
No.
And that was really more of what it was. I didn't really know what to expect. And I was pleasantly, I don't want to say surprised, but I was just pleasantly happy to know. And I think that my favorite thing is that you're like real and raw and honest and authentic.
I think that's the Arkansas roots.
Yes, for sure.
I'm born and raised in Boonville, Arkansas. 4,000 people, and
Wait, is Boonville the name of it?
yes, girl, I cannot even make that up. I mean,
You can't.
Boonville, Arkansas.
I feel like I've heard that in a country song.
I don't know
More than
what
likely.
country you're listening to, girl.
It's like,
Pretty certain
why
no one's-
Yoakum or what? Oh my
But yeah,
gosh.
born and raised Boonville. And then my husband is born and raised Los Angeles.
But he's not LA vibe. I don't think.
Well,
Do you
he
think?
was.
Oh, he was.
I converted him.
Oh, well, thank you. I like the Ken now.
Yeah, we lived there for many, many years, and I didn't think he would ever leave LA, but I needed some trees in my life. I needed some grass. I needed dirt for the kids to play in.
Right.
So Temecula was our happy compromise, and we moved out here and bought 40 acres out in wine country, and he wanted grapes so bad. He was really excited. And then I just started rescuing animals, so all of his grape dreams are down the pipe.
Well, not forever, Ken. Don't worry. There's still enough land out there to plant
Well,
them.
the thing is, we started with 10 acres and then expanded to 20 and then 30, 40.
Yeah.
So I think every expansion that we've purchased he keeps thinking I'll get
Those are his
but
grapes.
then it's just more animals. I don't know. I mean, bless his
Oh,
heart.
poor Ken. Ken, I'm rooting for you. I'll be in your corner for the grapes.
Well, yeah, I thought you liked me.
I mean, I do, but Brandie, you live in wine country. You should have grapes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can have both. You can have animals and grapes.
He did plant one little vine. It's really cute.
Oh, that's like a bottle. It's a bottle
I
for a
know.
vine.
He does. He gets excited. He'll go out there and look at his couple of little grapes. I mean, bless
Poor
his heart.
kid.
I'm like, oh, it's so cute, babe.
You're sweet to give him a vine, Brandie.
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right. Well, I mean, animals are important too, but the manure is good for your grapes. So you could all use it could be a recyclable thing.
Well, let me know if you need it.
Okay.
I've got tons of it, girl. If Alex needs any, let me know.
Okay, I'll remember that for sure.
What type of animals do you have?
Oh, I have horses, donkeys, goats, cows, pigs, chickens.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have it all.
Yeah, and he told me, he said the one animal you cannot have is pigs.
Pig. I knew it. I knew he was going to say pig.
And I got two.
Of course. You should get a pot belly that runs through your house.
Well, I did try to bring them in because it was winter when we bought them and it was really cold. And I said, oh, poor little
my
babies.
God.
He would have divorced me. So I have to know my
There's
limits.
he draws the line.
And he does. He draws the line. I know my limits. I mean, I'm going to press my luck as much as I can, but, I got to be smart too.
Okay, well, I might be with him on that too. I don't know. Ken's starting to look like my bestie, Brandie. I mean, I like the idea of the grapes, and I would not want a pig pen in the house, especially in the winter. They have to go out
so
to pee and poop, and then they'll come in with mud.
Oh, no, they're fine.
Okay. Well, anyway, no, I'm going to keep you. Okay. So, anyways, can you take us back to? I love this story. So when I've actually gotten to know you more recently. Well,
Yes.
as well as I know you, because we're working on a project that we'll get to in a little bit. But and I'm so glad for that, thankful for that. But when we had a dinner to talk about this project, we got to know each other, and you shared a really, really inspiring story. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd love for you to share that with listeners.
Is this my growing up story?
This is your rags to riches story, girl.
Yeah, so, like I said, born and raised Boonville, Arkansas. And Arkansas is much different than it is out here. I mean, you graduate high school at 18, you get married, you have kids.
I mean, that's kind of Temecula,
what you
too. I was married at 18, so.
But that is very Arkansas. I was the very first person in my family to go off to college. So my parents were super proud.
Yeah.
Pig Suey. I'm a Razorback. See, I can call the hogs.
Congratulations.
No wonder I won
Oh,
pigs
there
in
you
my
go.
life.
Yeah, he has to kind of appreciate that.
But after, I went to college on an academic scholarship, which
amazing.
my parents were even more excited about.
Yeah.
And so I kind of blazed in and out of school, graduated when I was 21. But for me, I never wanted to stay in Arkansas. I mean, as much as I love it, I just felt there was so much more in this world for me. So I sold everything I owned, and I put my dog and my clothes in my car. Now, mind you, I drove a Pontiac Firebird.
There's not a lot of room in those.
And my dog was a Great Dane.
No.
Yes.
So the full front seat was a
So
dog.
basically, I had room for like a couple of outfits.
Yes.
And I just said, and my parents were so upset because no one leaves Arkansas. So my parents actually asked me, "Are you okay? What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "No, I am so clear-headed. I just want to go explore before I really enter the real world." I think that's important. It
is.
In college, because I was on an academic scholarship, I really had to focus on my grades, so I didn't have the opportunity to
Live.
explore and do the whole college experience like most people do. So my dog and I just went on this summer road trip. We ended up in Padre Island, Texas, and I thought, this is fun. So,
Never heard of Padre Island.
oh, it is so
Can I interrupt you really quick?
Yeah.
I just want to say that you can't see her because, well, you'll see her on the bumper shoot Instagram. We'll take a picture, but she's beautiful and smart. I just want to put that out there.
Aw.
She's a total package.
Yeah.
Aw.
And sweet.
You really do like her.
I'm not trying to kiss your head. That's not my jam. I'm just saying they need to know that
Yeah.
you're not only smart, but you're also beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so we ended up there, and I thought, I don't know a single soul here. So I decided the best way to meet people is to get a bartending job.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I've never bartended a day in my life. But you know what they say, fake it till you make
Yeah.
it.
That's right.
So I go to this little beach bar, and I told them I wanted to apply for a job. They asked, do you have experience? I said, oh, absolutely.
Duh.
But because it was a beach bar, it was like fairly
Casual,
easy.
yeah.
And I mean, keep in mind, I was 21 years old. You know, you wear, you know,
You just look
your
cute and
shorts to bartend, and
Well, and they didn't have craft cocktails and all that.
no, I mean, this is in Texas, you know, and so it was mainly beer drinkers, which I was great at, but my husband always laughs because I would have people that would come in and they would want to do a shot. And they would say, oh, can I get this shot? The only shot I knew how to make was a lemon drop.
Well, that's an important one.
And so every single person that would come in, they would ask for something, and I would just
You'd sell a
kinda
lemon drop.
sideways look at them and say, well, my specialty is a lemon drop.
Ooh.
And I cranked out so many lemon drops. It was amazing.
That is awesome.
But I rented this little house, and I had nothing because all I had was some clothes and my dog. So I had no furniture, and I went to, it was like one of those little dollar store places and bought one, you know, those egg crate looking
Mattresses?
things?
Yeah.
Yes. And so I threw that on the floor, and that was my bed.
Oh my
And
gosh.
but honestly, it was the best summer of my life. I did not even care. And when my parents came to visit me for the first time, my mom started crying.
You're sleeping on an egg crate.
You know, I mean, they're so concerned because first of all, I left Arkansas, and then they come and I'm sleeping on the floor. I have no living room furniture. I mean, but it was the best summer of my life, and it
You were
taught me
happy.
so much.
Yeah.
It did, and I worked bartending. I sold a ton of lemon drops. I made a lot of tips.
I want to try one of your lemon drops.
Yeah, I
You
know,
must be
right?
really good at those.
They probably weren't even good, to be honest. I don't know, but people were taking them. But yeah, so I just saved up money, and I knew, you know, the end goal was I had bigger ambitions than that. I just
Right.
wanted a really fun summer, and so I was 21 when I graduated, and by the time I was 23, I had saved enough money, opened my first business.
What?
Yeah, and then I had
Wait, what was it?
a bed. Yeah, the couch. I mean,
Yay for Brandie.
it was phenomenal. But it was a bath and body shop, and it was actually in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah.
Wait, did you have that in your sights? Like you were like, I'm going to make money to open my own bath and body shop.
Not exactly. So what had happened is when I was in college, obviously I didn't have money then either when I was in college, and so for Christmas presents I was all about doing the homemade Christmas presents.
Cute.
Because I mean, what else can you do?
You're right.
You can't afford anything, so I'm like making all of these bath and body products like soaps and
Cute.
lotions and candles and things like that. So the bath and body, it was called the Body Bar. So you go
Cute.
in and it looked like a big bar, and there was a table with like 200 different scents.
Lemon
you
drop?
would
Or did you have a lemon drop?
Yeah, I know, right? I should have. I should have been the signature.
Definitely.
But you would just come in and with your girlfriends, sit around, and you could blend all of your own fragrances and create
Cute.
whatever your lotions, your shower gels.
Sounds like fun.
It was really fun.
Oh,
It was
that's
actually
cute.
really fun, and I had an opportunity to franchise it. I had a couple of people that wanted to buy one. I I don't know. I didn't do it. I probably should have. I look back at that, and it was an opportunity that I probably missed. But
I mean, things worked out fine, but
things worked out. I started traveling a little bit more, and then I was going to Los Angeles a lot more for work, and I ended up
for work for the Bath and Body thing?
No.
Oh.
This was like totally separate. I got approached randomly. So basically I was in a restaurant having lunch, and there was some guy in there who worked for Miller Brewing Company.
Okay.
And he asked me to model for Miller Brewing Company. And I'm like, well, okay, I mean, extra money. I'm not turning that down. You know, I mean, I just got
That's
off
such a
the
compliment.
floor.
Yeah.
That's a huge compliment.
It was nice. I mean, I've been sleeping on the floor now. You know, I've put all my money into this business. I'm like, I'll take some extra money.
Yeah.
So I started doing that, and I mean, it was wild. It was a whirlwind. It was nothing that I ever anticipated or dreamed of. But you know, next thing I know, I'm on billboards across the U.S. for Miller Brewing Company, and then
You were on billboards?
Yeah, like all over.
Can you send me those? I'll post them on the Bumper Shoot Instagram.
No, keep in mind this was like over 20 years ago.
I'll keep that in mind. I still want to see them.
It was pretty wild, but they started having me travel because back then Miller did all of the HBO fights.
Oh, yeah.
So they started having me travel doing all of the fights. So I was in the ring doing this, but then
that's cool.
I would go and
I don't remember this
these,
part in your storytelling.
I would go and I would do these like HBO fights, and then I'd fly back to Corpus and run my store during the week. And so it was a lot of traveling. And so eventually I just decided this is such a fun opportunity. So I can open another business
Anytime.
down the road. So I made the decision because that started becoming very lucrative.
Yeah.
So I made the decision to close the business and continue doing that. And I moved out to Los Angeles. And
that's so cool.
and then that's when I met my husband. And
So how did you meet? Can you tell us how you met, or is that a secret?
We met at a restaurant.
Oh.
And so you've met my husband. So for those of you who have not met my husband, he is very quiet.
Yeah, he's not Mr. Talkative.
And no.
Super sweet, but not talkative.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Most people, when they meet him, they say, I think your husband hates me. I'm like, no. You just have to get him out of his shell.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, it works out because I'm a talker. Mm-hmm. I dated a talker before him, and I'm just sitting here like, shut up.
It's my turn.
Yes. Like, stop it.
It's hilarious.
So when I met Ken, I was like, you are perfect. But we met, there was this really hot restaurant at the time, and they had this big circle bar, so even if you weren't going to dinner, everyone would go, and it was exclusive to, there's a lot of celebrities, whatever. I mean, it was an exclusive little hangout joint.
This place where you met him?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was there, he was there, we're all at the circle bar. It just so happens he was sitting next to me, and you know me, I'm just like
strike up conversation,
talking his ear off, and I swear the whole night he's just like looking at me.
Aww.
And then I don't know, he didn't really say much, so I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, but at the end of the night, he got my number, and then it was a few days later he texted, and when I saw the
he was
text,
playing it cool for a couple of days.
Yeah. But I thought, okay, well, I thought this guy didn't like maybe I talked
you were like the other people and were like,
right.
I don't think he likes us.
But he wanted to take me on a date.
Aww.
And I said, sure, and he said, well, do you want to go here, here, or here? He gave me a few options, and one of them was the Hollywood Bowl. And I said, I'd love to do the Hollywood Bowl. And And I'm not kidding. I lived in an apartment on Hollywood Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
And-
You really did LA.
Oh yeah. Oh, I did LA.
I did LA. Oh yeah, girl.
It was fun, like where we lived, like we could walk to all the little hot spots. Hollywood wasn't as bad as it is now. Like now, oh heck no.
You wouldn't walk
never
anywhere. No.
live there, no. But at the time, and this is a long time ago, but that's where I lived, and he said, I'm gonna pick you up. I think it was 6:00. He
Don't tell me about a limo.
rolled up in a limo.
Shut it! I knew it.
It was a Pretty Woman moment.
Oh.
I mean, I walked out and I'm sitting here like, what the heck? And so I get in the limo. So we go to the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh my God.
And at the Hollywood Bowl, they have where you can buy these tables.
Yes.
And
yeah.
so when we get out of the
little
limo,
square areas? Yes.
When we get out of the limo at the Hollywood Bowl, the driver popped the trunk, and Ken goes back there and gets a picnic basket.
No.
I am not even making this up.
Stop.
And I was just like, because
I don't know if I want to throw up
I know.
or have hearts bug out of my eyeballs.
it was
so amazing.
Seriously, because I had been in LA for a while before we started dating, and those guys don't exist in LA. So,
Definitely
I
not.
mean, he grew up very, very well. I mean, his parents, he went to a Christian school. His parents, really instilled these morals and values.
Oh, nice.
And so he wasn't that LA guy. And he didn't live he lived outside of LA. So he wasn't that Hollywood guy, but it was
That's amazing.
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, you were like, okay, I'm in love.
I was pretty smitten. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. It was like nothing I had experienced out there. So he really did it right and won me over. And then from there on, that was it.
So how long have you guys been married?
So we've been
Or together
we've
/
been
married?
15 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. And you're going strong.
Yeah,
And you
we're
guys-
going strong.
Yeah.
We have 3 kids, and we have 2 in college. So the oldest 2 are not biologically mine, but their mom was out of the picture when they were 6 months and a year and a half.
Oh,
so when I met Ken, he was a single dad, and
Which is also amazing.
yeah. So the kids were 6 and 7 when we started dating, and so I raised them since. And we've got
Amazing.
2 of them off in college now, and we've got a 10-year-old.
Your face went 10-year-old at home. Even though she's the princess. She's definitely the princess.
She's very spoiled.
Yes. Tell us
between-
about her birthday you just had.
Oh
Brandie.
my goodness. Well, she's a princess.
Of course she is.
And the older kids spoil her. The grandparents spoil her. Ken spoils her. I am outnumbered. So anytime I say no, she's just like, well, I'll just ask Daddy.
Yeah, that's
I'm
easy.
like, okay, now this is not, and I've tried so hard to, for me, it's super important to let your kids know the value of a dog.
Of everything, yeah.
You
For
need
sure.
to understand how hard we have to work. I mean,
Yes.
I'm up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, and a lot of nights I'm on the computer till midnight. Even when we go on vacation, I'm working. And I want the kids to know what we have, it comes at a price.
Right.
And you need to appreciate. And Berlin, our youngest, one day, I think she was 6, maybe 7. She told me, she said, Mom, I need blah, blah, blah. And I said, Berlin, is that a need or a want? Do you understand
That's right.
the difference?
Yeah.
And so she's in the back seat and she's kind of listening, and I can see she's
Thinking.
very smart. So I can see her
Thinking about
wheels turning. And she was like, okay. Well, then the next day, we're in the car And I said, oh, I need to swing in here to grab some makeup. And she goes, Mom, is that a need or what?
Backfire.
I couldn't. I said, kid, you've seen me with no makeup. Like, that's
It's a need.
Don't even turn that on me.
But the kids do. They're smart. They don't underestimate their brains.
No. So now I'm like super careful what I say.
Yeah. But it's still a good point. I mean, it is a good message. And I think that even though she threw it at you, she knows. She knows. She gets it.
But at least I knew that she grasped
100%.
what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
She remembered it too.
Yeah.
It stuck.
She's listening.
For sure. So you brought us out to LA, and then you kind of earlier said why you moved to Temecula, and so tell us a little bit about your businesses out here and kind of how you got into those.
Yeah, so my husband he had hit the point. So his business was based out of LA area, and he had reached the point where he could work from home.
Nice.
So, and when I had Berlin, our youngest, I quit work. I was like, I'm gonna, retire, because I was.
Was it the modeling work?
No. I had moved on to other businesses, but it was too much. And with the older two kids, I spent 3.5 hours a day sitting in traffic, driving them to and from school. And I worked full time.
Oh my God.
And so when I was pregnant with Berlin, that's when Ken was like, okay, you need to just stay home, focus on the kids, and then we started discussing moving outside. And originally we were going to move closer to the kids' school, but then we found this beautiful area. He had made it to where he could work from home. So we packed up and moved. It was very scary. We had zero family. We did not know one single soul when we moved out
Well,
here.
that's definitely changed.
And
I can attest to that.
it was amazing. We met, the funniest thing is where we lived in LA, your neighbors, they don't say hi.
Yeah, they don't know you.
You wave and they just look at you like something's wrong with you, And
why are you looking at me?
so when we first moved here, we got a house in Canyon Lake, and the moving truck was outside. We had neighbors coming over.
They're bringing cookies. It's like a Lifetime movie. Casserole dishes.
100%. I'm not even kidding. They brought cookies. They were walking by waving, and my husband, I'll never forget, looked at me and said, "Babe, what is going on?" And he said, "This is weird." And I said, "No, this is what it's supposed to be like."
Yeah, that's great.
And so about 2 years in, I'm a workaholic. Mm-hmm. So the retired life, I mean, I love it. I love like being able to have time with the kids, which I do still find the time to balance and make both work. But I also need a purpose in life. Yeah. And I feel like work just kind of gives me that purpose. So that's when I started getting back into
you're good at working. So it's like you find your thing.
Definitely your town.
Yeah, I love it. But we opened the Canyon Cowboy.
Yeah, so that's kind of the entry into.
Yeah.
So you decided to do a restaurant? Is that bar restaurant?
So a restaurant with live entertainment, and then we eventually purchased Stampede, which this is the 30th year of Stampede being open. Yeah, it's
that really ages me.
Yeah.
That was around before.
Were you underage sneaking in?
No, I'm a goody two shoes in that, or I was, I guess. I follow the rules, but no, but I remember it opening and.
Yeah.
So you're the original owner?
No.
Girl, do I look old? That's my low.
I was a little bit shocked. I was like, wait a minute, that can't be right.
No.
I need to take a drink.
Well, yeah. Speaking of, let's take a break and thank Pogigliano for the Chardonnay today.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Sponsored by Pogigliano wine and olive oil. Here we go.
Oh, that was a needed drink after that comment.
No, You totally look young to me. That's
No,
not
well, no, she didn't even move here. She wouldn't have even known about Stampede 30 years ago.
Okay, sorry, I was a little
was okay.
confused.
Yeah, so it was owned by, I think it was like 10 friends who originally opened Stampede.
Okay.
And then COVID hit, and it was a very scary time, especially for a nightclub. Are you in California?
Are we ever going to reopen?
Are you ever going to reopen? I mean, it was really scary. And you still have bills and things to pay, so you're still having to cover everything. So we got the opportunity, and my husband and I, after a lot of discussing, we thought, let's take the gamble.
Wow.
And it was 100% a gamble. But we did. When we purchased in 2020, we took the opportunity to revamp, give a little facelift, and redo the flooring and add some new features and things, and so that's how we got the Stampede. And
I think I told you that back in the day, like we had Heather Tucker on. That used to be our 4 nights a week. I was at the Stampede, and we knew all the employees and everything. And then I found a way out and stayed out for a long time. But you guys have Thursday nights for 18 and older, and so when Luca turned 21, Logan was 18. So we went that night was his birthday. The Thursday night was Luca's birthday. So the 4 of us went down and we went to the Stampede to celebrate Luca's 21st. So he got a drink.
Ride the bull?
No, I did. I've been there, done that, girl, years ago.
Long time ago.
Today I couldn't walk if I did that. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in there, and now we've kind of revisited on Thursday nights, and I actually love Thursday nights because these 18-year-olds or whatever, 18 to 20 something, they are dancers.
it's
Oh my God.
crazy.
And kids you would never
Blown away.
think know
I
how
love
to
it.
dance.
Yeah.
Like it's all different kinds of kids
Yes.
too. It's not just cowboy kids. There is some major ability down there. It's fun to
It's
watch.
the best people watching.
It is.
And it really is. We draw from San Diego, Orange County.
Of
We even
course.
have kids coming from LA. There's not a lot of 18 and up venues.
Right.
So, the fact that we do that on Thursday nights, it just draws from all over. And you walk in, and like you said, it's not cowboys. I mean, it's all
not
different walks of life, and I mean,
And they can
beautiful.
dance.
And it doesn't matter what song comes on.
No.
They instantly know and break out into this dance. I feel like I'm in a movie.
It is crazy.
Yes.
And when we were young going there was like maybe 5 line dances.
Right.
And
Electric
today,
slide.
every single song has a dance attached to it.
It's crazy.
It is, but it is so fun. And I'm not going to lie, I feel a little bit weird because I'm very old amongst all these kids. So sitting there just watching them, it's kind of be a little bit creepy. Apparently I'm creepy in a lot of ways. But I will say, like, I won't go unless I rent a table.
Yeah.
Because I have to have a place to sit.
Yes, for sure.
But I sit there, and it's kind of nice because when the kids are there, they kind of have a place to come and check into.
Yeah.
But what also is nice is that, most of the kids there aren't drinking.
Right.
So you're not getting like, the drinking
Super
behavior.
Right.
I don't know because I haven't been on a non-18 and over, so I don't know. But I will say, back in the day, you could definitely tell it was not 18 and over on not 18 and over night. But I just love it because it's just good, clean, great fun.
Right.
So, and our kids are definitely, I will say in a little bit that Logan knows a lot of people there. That's all I'm going to say.
We had so much fun on Halloween. Remember we went?
Halloween was like
so
my
much
favorite.
fun.
Was it?
Yes,
I'll have to show you.
You didn't
pictures.
go. I don't think you did because I think I already knew you then, and I didn't. I don't think you were there. I think I might have texted you, but. Everybody dressed up, which was fun.
All of us.
And then they have the costume contest, and so they get in line, and then they tell the DJ what song, or the DJ helps them match their costume to a song.
Oh,
and they
fun.
dance down the middle, like everybody's lined up and they dance down the middle. And I will say, whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say the 2 most popular costumes were Jesus and Trump.
Oh yeah.
Go figure.
That's true.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's true. I was there. I saw that.
It was factual.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was interesting. But it was so much fun, and
So
I
much
would do
fun.
it again in a heartbeat.
I would-
but the
I would
problem
too.
is Halloween doesn't always fall on a Thursday.
No.
So that stinks.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that the 21 and overs would bring it the same.
Oh, there's no way.
There was some freaky.
You never know.
There was some 21 and overs freaking the dance floor.
Oh, you know what? When it doesn't fall on a Thursday, we do 2 Halloween parties. We do one for the 18 and up, and then one for the yes.
We're so going to the.
So there.
We're going to the 18.
Y'all are going to the 18.
For sure. Brandie, you gonna go with us this time?
All right, you talk to me.
Okay, good. Twisted her arm. It'll be it's so much fun. So I dressed up. We all dressed up. We all dressed
I was
up.
a
Our whole
pirate.
group. Yeah.
Joe and I were pirates.
I was the girl,
bubblegum
the
girl.
bubblegum girl from Willy Wonka, because
Yes.
Logan was Willy Wonka.
Yes. Super cute.
Anyway,
It's fun. It's
so
a fun place. I mean, I don't go a whole lot. I'm working during the day, and 10 o'clock, I'm,
Yeah.
a lot of times you don't want to go
Not
to your
trying to-
business for
Yeah,
the
true,
off time.
yeah.
You know?
And then when I do go, it's everyone has questions, like employee
Yeah.
or whatever, and it
You're
feels
working,
like I'm working.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you
but-
can go in costume and no one will know it's you on
Ooh,
Halloween.
that's a good idea. I like that.
They'll put you in black hair.
Yeah. Okay.